Hey guys, I'm Chris.
Hey everybody, I'm Robert.
And we're the Film Flamers.
And as we threatened promised last week, we're going to give you a hot take. It's been a while since we've done a hot take episode.
That's right. And we made our way over to the cockpit and watched Halloween Kills.
That's right. We sure did. All of it. So this is opening weekend. Chris and I watched it together last night. And, social media has been abuzz with conversations about Halloween Kills over the last 2 days.
Oh, yeah. The lines in the sand, they're being drawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've even gotten some, DMs about this movie already. So, let's just get into it.
All right. Yeah.
Shall we?
Let's start with that Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah. So Halloween Kills obviously is the sequel to Halloween 2018, which we talked about last week. So it's the middle part of the trilogy, directed and written by David Gordon Green and Danny McBride.
Meaning this time next year, Halloween Ends will come out.
That's right. And
Chris of the bifolded doors closet.
Just fling that bifolded door right open. As Chris just mentioned, on Rotten Tomatoes, currently, Halloween Kills holds a 38%. But the audience score is 74%.
Interesting.
Yeah, so a definite line. But yeah, so we have some thoughts about this movie, so why don't we just get into it?
That's right.
So really, Halloween Kills takes place directly after the events of the last Halloween movie, and Michael Myers has escaped Laurie's booby-trapped house in Fuego.
Yeah, all the first responders went there, and now they're all dead.
Yeah, that's right. They are no longer responders of any kind.
No.
So this movie is essentially Michael Myers just leaving Laurie's house to make it to his. And
that's it.
Killing people along the way. So...
Well, there's a subplot about the hospital that I think was supposed to be more than a subplot, but... about mob violence and how the town kind of comes together. But they come together kind of in the wrong way, and they get a little bit fever-pitched, itching to stab something, and they stab the wrong guy.
Yeah. Well, I think he ends up killing himself. Oh, by the way, spoilers. If you haven't seen Halloween Kills yet. There's this other subplot where some of the survivors of the original 1978 attack are coming together on Halloween, as they like to do, to celebrate being alive, I guess. And we're talking like Tommy Doyle, Lindsay Wallace.
The kids that she babysat. And then, of course, the nurse from Loomis's car ride to the asylum to pick Michael.
Marion, I think is her name. And then we're introduced to a new character who apparently came face to face with Michael Myers before he was captured, right? So this is what, retconned the original ending.
Before Michael was captured, yeah.
Yes. So a little boy was being bullied, and he runs into Michael and is spared. And so he also considers himself to be a survivor. And so once the townsfolk and these survivors especially learn that Michael is back and on the loose in Haddonfield, they sort of band together and get the townsfolk involved, pitchforks and all, to kill Michael Myers.
They basically proceed to kill off every single one of those survivors.
Yes. With the exception of Tommy. If you like, Lindsay survives.
Lindsay, maybe?
Yeah.
Tommy's dead.
I didn't.
Right?
I thought Tommy.
Oh, no, Tommy's alive. It's the well, anyway, it's hard to keep track of.
Yeah. And then there's this flashback moment at the beginning, which explains the retconned ending and Michael's subsequent capture after attacking Laurie Strode.
So we were, in our last week episode, we assumed the retcon was he didn't disappear. Mm-hmm. That he was laying there, which I think would have made almost more sense, but this was he actually had escaped, and then a cop kind of runs him down, and then they see him in the house and blah, blah, blah.
And I didn't mind that flashback part. At first I was like, what's going on?
So what? Why do we care? This is needless. Yeah.
But they kind of do need to explain
how they retcon.
Yeah, and so I'm okay with it.
I didn't miss that from the last movie though,
Yeah, it's not needed. You're right, but I like the idea of the explanation of it, right? I like a little bit of exposition. So okay.
But it was a 30-minute, flashback or something.
It just felt that way.
Maybe it felt that way. And, for a character that we're not really invested in too much right now.
About Hawkins, Deputy Hawkins. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, and I feel if you're going to have that kind of flashback, you need to have something else in the movie to make you feel a little bit more about that character, and they don't really do that. Laurie Strode and this deputy spend most of the time laying in a hospital bed in this movie.
The entire time.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the things I like about Halloween Kills, it's a little less Laurie Strode involved. You know what I mean? It's okay to let her go by the wayside.
There's good and bad for that, but she is like, one thing that made me think about it was like, remember our conversation about the original Halloween movie, 1978, and I felt like everything was kind of heightened and surreal and kind of operatic. All these characters were like very single faceted, you know, and Laurie Strode kind of grounds the whole fucking movie as the audience.
Yeah.
But now she's joined those operatic voices with, you know, oh, Michael is some sort of god or something. And I ended up, you know, thinking the movie wasn't really grounded at all. And I felt like at the end of that, I'd gotten out of some sort of like Michael worshiping church session or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it just felt so reverential to Michael, even though in this universe, he was only there and had killed 4 people, really only 3 people in Haddonfield. And all of a sudden they've transitioned to this guy as a god, and it doesn't really make sense diegetically, right?
No.
To me, it's the problems I had with the first one are doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on in this one with the height of reverence for this character that doesn't really deserve it.
No, I mean, I completely agree with you. And I know that we talked about in our 2018 episode, right, about like the fan service and stuff that's going on in that movie. And I mean, there's a lot of that going on here as well. I don't know. The thing I was looking forward to most about Halloween Kills is the kills part, right? Like they made no secret in these trailers that it was supposed to be a very violent movie, right? And it was. Sort of. But I mean, when it comes to on-screen violence, I'm usually like that fucking plant in Little Shop of Horrors. And I'm like, more, or whatever, you know? And I felt like they could have like pushed it a little bit more than what they did. And if you're going to like make Michael Myers this unstoppable god like killing machine, then by God, he better have the biggest fucking body count by the end of this movie. And he kind of does.
He does in a way, but I still feel like the thing that makes Michael special as opposed to like Jason or really Freddy or even fucking Pinhead, right? Yeah. Is that those things are kind of more obvious, right? It's less, you know, it's less on the nose with Michael, right? It's like the is he or isn't he? It's the shadow of doubt that he's real life, you know? And it's that mystique of Michael Myers that makes him special specifically apart from those, I think. And it's very well grounded, and this could potentially happen in real life. Now we've really departed from that in this movie. And even Laurie Strode is saying things like, I wish we had known what we knew back then. With every kill, he transcends. It's like, where did you get this information? And you're supposed to be the grounded voice of the movie, the voice of reason. And now we're getting like this like fucking priesthood like diatribe from Michael, from Laurie Strode. And so it's just, it's lost it. And it's like, you know, for him to be supernatural, now he has to stand with the likes of people like Freddy or Pinhead or, you know, fucking the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers or something, you know, and he doesn't compare with them, in my opinion, as far as like a supernatural bad guy. He was best and most iconic as like a semi-grounded killing machine in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I agree with that. I mean, I like some of my horror villains to be supernatural and quippy and things like that. But if it's more grounded in real life, I find that to be scarier, which is why Halloween is an effective scary movie, right? The original.
Yeah. And essentially this is a big, I just felt like not only did I feel like I was getting out of like some sort of Michael Myers church, you know, but I also felt like this was like an audiovisual intermission, you know, kind of like a large 2-hour movie length trailer for the next movie. Because there's nothing that really happens except for Michael just going through people in like a series of vignettes. They set up people that you get to know a little bit and they kill them. And then it goes to the original cast or whatever from the first movie. No one's a good actor in this movie, essentially, except for the people that are stuck in the hospital. And even then, they're kind of phoning it in.
For real, though. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know.
Or they're given bad lines, you know.
And these movies were filmed concurrently, so Halloween Ends is already completed. I don't know if it's edited or not, but it's shot, you know. Yeah. So, I mean, they're going somewhere with it. I can't really put my finger on where. I assume they're going to kill Michael Myers.
Yeah, well, at least I'm looking forward to it more than this one now because I feel like something's going to happen. This feels like filler. Yeah. This feels like someone's going to make some sort of supercut between the first one and the last one using maybe 30 to 40 minutes of this one to kind of tie them together, kind of like in a Kill Bill, Whole Bloody Affair kind of style, you know, which I would be looking forward to as well as one kind of like longer form, more episodic kind of way of looking at this. This is the episode that's not great. This is the filler episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I know the actors looked like they were trying really hard to be good. You know, like Judy Greer was really like trying her hardest. I can tell,
good, but yeah. And there was really good moments in this, but they're surrounded, they're islands and just kind of meh to me.
Yeah, I mean, and I like the mob violence aspect parts of it, too.
Idea of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was executed well. Really, I think they could have done a lot more with it, or at least made it a little bit more gradual. You know what I mean? It seems like right away they're like, evil dies tonight.
Well, the entire fucking town's at this hospital, including all the first responders and everyone else, especially after half of them probably died. But like you'd think at least one fucking police officer would be the only known address of Michael Myers, where all the killings are now happening. It's just
well, where Laurie is, although I mean,
and when she, of course, I did like that aspect where she thinks it's all about her. Mm-hmm. And they realize, no, it's really not. It never was. And it's not. It never was. It's about that house. It's about his sister. It's about him. It's about this cycle that's repeating. Like, he's going to repeat this cycle, like he's on, some sort of fog,
Mm-hmm. He's on John Carpenter's The Fog. Anthony Michael Hall, God bless him, has not aged well. And that's all that I have to say about that.
Okay.
But Jim Cummings, it's always good to see him in a movie. So he's so dreamy.
Who?
He was that cop in the flashback who got killed, right? Like the other cop shot him when he was being strangled.
Oh, was he in The Werewolves Within or not? Werewolves Within?
He was the Wolf of Snow Hollow. He wrote, directed, and starred in that movie.
Yeah, I felt like I recognized him.
Yeah.
Or he's one of the many dark-haired, blue-eyed characters that Ryan Murphy hires. Because he's obsessed with dark-haired, blue-eyed men.
I mean, who is that?
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you already said earlier that the acting wasn't good. I mean, I completely agree with you. I'm happy that Muppety Celine Dion looking boy is no longer going to be in the series. And I mean, I don't know. Now, I will watch this movie again, to say that. I like any movie that I don't really necessarily like on first watch, I liked it enough to revisit and just see if my feelings have changed on it, but probably not until Halloween.
It was a very good trailer.
It was an excellent
and
trailer.
It was well shot too, because they really worked hard to get that same kind of look, really hard contrast, look and feel in the atmosphere of the original film and that flashback and everything. And they did a really good job.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I there's lots of good moments to this movie for sure. But out of 5 stars, what would you give?
2.
Halloween Kills.
I gave it a 2-star.
Yeah, I gave it 3 stars.
It's not a good film. It's not a good movie. Objectively, it's just nothing. There's no story beats. There's nothing there.
I mean, there's parts to it that I like a lot, but as a cohesive whole, I didn't think that was very good. I didn't really enjoy myself when I was watching this movie.
Yeah, and I think we really need to kind of wait to kind of rate the whole new series when the whole thing comes out. I am looking forward, probably more than you are, for the last one, because I know something's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, so after Halloween 2018, I was looking forward to the rest of the movies, and now having seen this one, I kind of don't really give a shit anymore, but I will watch it anyway. And they could prove me wrong. A trailer could come out and it could look amazing, and they could really put a fucking bow on this and just finish it in an amazing fashion.
It's such a weird thing to focus on. Loomis's "the evil has gone from here" versus Laurie's grounded reactions, and it doubles down on Loomis's version of events versus Laurie's, and it turns Laurie into a new Loomis in a way. And it's like, why? Why did you do that?
We actually get to see Loomis in this movie a little bit in the flashback,
It's a look-alike, and then they did a sound-alike dub.
Yeah.
But
so there's that.
Did he kill again? Tell me. Yes, obviously. No, he's upstairs playing Tiddlywinks.
Fuck. That sounds like an awful game. The evil has gone from here. Oh my God. God bless Dr. Loomis. Well, we know a lot of you have watched Halloween Kills already, and we want to know what you think about it. Whether you agree or disagree with our hot take, you can tell us on social media at The Film Flamers on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram.
You can email us at tiredqueens@filmflamers.com, or you can call our hotline at 972-666-7733. Leave us an angry voicemail about how you felt about this movie and our critique of it. We don't mean to shit on things, and I feel like we mostly enjoyed ourselves, but...
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy watching any horror movie. I enjoy watching horror movies with you. You know what I mean? So there's that. And I was looking forward to it. I think really my expectations were super, super high. And they were just dashed.
Dashed.
So, I don't know. It's okay. But we have a bonus episode coming out for you this month, and it was based on a poll from our patrons over on patreon.com/thefilmflamers, and they selected Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. So head over there and join the family and check that out.
That's right.
Well, Chris, evil dies tonight, but before it does, I need to have some
sweet dreams.
I wonder if every time I kill, I'll transcend. Come here.